Morning, gang. It's bonfire night. Yes, indeed. Fireworks Day is today, Tuesday, the 5th of November 2019. Welcome to our Lincolnshire television studio complex and this morning's United Kingdom talk, boys and girls. You may notice there's no text number this morning. And the reason for that is the phone got wet. The phone got wet. Fortunately, it got wet while it was switched off. So I understand that you're not supposed to turn it on now for a couple of days while it's waiting to dry out, because the text-in phone is a really old one. It's like an iPhone 5, and they're not waterproof. And there is a story to how it got wet, which is coming up in today's all-hitting, hard political tech chat show known as United Kingdom Talk. Good morning to you, boys and girls. Fireworks night tonight, as I say. I'm going to a display in Lincoln with my nephew and two of his children, great-nephew Harry and great-niece Evie. So Gary will be taking us up there in the fun bus. He's got this, like... I think it's a mobility type bus. Those buses that you get for disabled people. It's all converted inside so that Olivia's pram can go in there. So we're going in that and looking forward to that. So sorry about that. No text. It's not the only thing that got wet. Something more serious than this texting phone is replaceable. I can get a second-hand one off eBay for probably 30 quid or something like that. But something more serious got wet last night. It could have been the laptop. I tell you what, it could so easily have been the laptop that I do the karaoke with. That would have been really serious. Or it could have been even more serious than that. What could possibly be more serious than my laptop getting wet? All will be revealed. Don't rush me, dear. Don't rush me. I shall get to all the information as quickly as I can, okay? Can I just say hello to Gareth Loxton, who's just sent an email in this morning. And Gareth says, think you should get one of these on your car to promote your show with United Kingdom Talk on it. And it's basically the roof of someone's car has been completely painted in the Union Jack. Now, I've seen minis like this. I think they look fantastic. Anything with the Union flag on looks fantastic. If anyone says to you it's racist, tell them to go and do one. It's our flag. The country's flag is the Union flag. And it says, subscribers could then see you while flying on planes over your Lincolnshire or Bracknell television centres. Oh, so that's quite a nice thing to do. I wonder if my car, I could have that. Actually, my nephew could probably do that because he does paint spraying, my nephew. I wonder if it would devalue the car, because I buy my car on that, that thing you pay so much a month. I don't know what it's called, PREP or something like that, PCP, PEP, I can't remember what it's called. When you pay so much a month, and then after a certain amount of time, you go and get another car. That's how I do mine. I don't know, because you can do stuff to it. Just, you don't have to not do anything to it just because you're paying it that way. But whether or not they'd like to see a big Union Jack on the top, I don't know. Union flag. He also says it's nice to see Gemma Collins supporting United Kingdom Talk, because he's seen a badge with Gemma Collins and it's got the Union flag on it again, and it says Gemma in the middle. Gemma in the middle. So thank you very much to you, Gareth. Your suggestions will be thought of. I might ask the bloke at Toyota next time I see him what he thinks of that. Thank you very much also to Tony King, who replied to an email earlier. Tony is one of the people that asked for one of our raffle tickets. He couldn't be with us live, so he asked for a raffle ticket this morning. And unfortunately, his email and name are not the same, and he just put Tony, and I thought, oh, well, I wonder who that is. Didn't say like Tony King at Yahoo or whatever, and it was a completely different name, so I didn't know who it was, but he's replied to that. So thank you very much. If you're with us this morning live, Tony, I'll come to your messages in a moment, boys and girls. Then I've got the email, and I'll sort that out after the show now. All right. The weight loss thing, yes, as I say, I managed to lose £4 last week, which I'm quite pleased about. One of the things, and I was speaking to Adam the Plumber actually, the whole weight issue of being a bit overweight or a lot overweight. I considered myself quite a lot overweight, at about 2 stone. right? One of the things is other things that happen, okay? Now, my asthma has gradually been getting a little bit worse over a period of time. And also my acid reflux. Every night, Galveston, okay? 2 days on the Slimming World, it's all stopped. The asthma is down about 60 to 70%, and also no acid at all. Doesn't happen. So it's absolutely something to do with the weight as well. Of course, I'm not eating bread and things like that, so that doesn't help either. So it's absolutely, the whole weight issue is more, I think it's more than just looking a bit fat. You know what I mean? I don't care what people look like. If you're happy looking like that, that's fine. Your health issues, that's what worries me. You know, there's a few people I worry, and then, oh, well, you know, diabetes, and you keep kicking the ball down the line. It's very worrying, really, but there we are. All right, yeah, I've got lots to tell you today. Let's just do your early messages. Good morning to Mark Bowles. Oh, thanks for joining us, Mark. Glad you found the time, dear. Because you ain't been with us for the last 2 shows, have you? Not for the bingo. Not for yesterday's show. Very, very... Where's my glasses? 1 minute. Let me do my disappointed look. Yes, very, 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 very disappointed, Mark, dear. Very, very disappointed. How dare you? How dare you? We will never forgive you. How dare you? Nice to see you with us this morning, Mark. I thought your missus had barred me from joining, or barred you for joining in. She knows you secretly look at me lustfully while I'm doing my show. Morning, Mark. Morning, Steph Diamonds. Morning, Steph. Mikey Mike. Morning. Oh, there's my nephew, Gary there. Playtime with Evie and Harry. Good morning, Gary. Morning to Michael Pullman, Diane Jebb, Mandy Davenport. Morning. Morning to Brenda from Bristol, Jerry Millen, Jason Hughes. Jason Hughes. Jason, why is your name in my head? Are you the other calendar person? I think you are. Just come back to me on that. Are you that? You'll know what I mean by that if you are. Are you the other calendar person? Morning, Jason. Let me know. Good morning to Curvy Petal. Christopher. Oh, she's calling me Christopher. That's only my mum used to call me Christopher. Only my mum. Morning to you. Hello to Fran. Thank you, Fran. Good morning, Fran. Jason, the 2 women at the karaoke didn't look very happy when they couldn't sing. They think they got their coats and went shortly after, interrupting people singing. How professional. Absolutely, yeah. No, what happens, Jason, is that people come in and it's too late to join the list, right? Half an hour, usually on a Monday. If you've not got your song in by 9:30, 9:45, I can't fit you in after that. I save a place for someone called Angie, because Angie, many couple of years ago, told me she can't get there till after 10 because she does stuff, work-wise. So I save a place for her. She gives me the ticket. She always gives me 2. Usually she can only sing 1. She never complains, but I make sure she gets in. That's all pre-arranged. Other people, they just don't get it. You know, I'm afraid you're too late to join the queue. Can you squeeze me in? What do you mean by squeeze you in? How can you squeeze someone in? The only way I can put you on is to take someone else. And they're not interested in anyone else. Let me tell you, 99% of the people who come to the karaoke, if it's their turn, they are not interested in anyone else, whether they're people I don't know or friends. Okay? If I say, oh, this lady, she wants to sing today, would anyone like to give up their place? None of them, no one in there will give up their place for someone else. I tell you that now. And similarly, if you're coming too late, it's too late. These people have been sitting there since 7:30. You can come in at 10:30 and demand to sing. No, but they don't take it. And they go on, and you've got to stand it. I'm ever so sorry. Now, you know me when I'm smiling, okay? Like now. This is a smile. This is me, right? When people are like going on and on at you, you have to fake the smile and not be rude, right? Here's my fake. Are you ready for the fake smile? I'm really sorry. We're full up tonight. Can't help you anymore. All right, no, I'm ever so sorry. No, we can't. No, the only way I can do it is to take someone else. It's not fair on someone else, so no, I'm afraid not. No, I'm really sorry. No, and it on and on and on they go. And you keep smiling, and they're prompting you to be rude. They are. But even if you're not rude, some of them will go to the bar, ask for the manager, and tell the manager that I've been rude to them to try and get you into trouble. Or they will go around to other people on other tables because they can't get their own way. No, it's not fair to the people that have been sitting there since 7:30. You know, we had it on Friday as well. You made me remember Friday. We had it Friday as well. And generally, it's a girl. 95% of the time, it's a young girl who's moaning her head off. Oh, but my friend's a really good singer. Bet she's not. I bet she's not. Didn't even make it on X Factor. How bad can you be? All right, so you're quite right there. Very unprofessional, but that's how people are, Jason. And I would say that's one of the hardest things at karaoke nights. People like that. Most annoying. Just accept the fact that you're late. Come earlier next week. We start at 7:30. Can't walk in at 10:30. I have it even later. 5 to 11. Can I do the last one? No, the last one's already there. We drop down the list. And the other thing that happens is then when someone doesn't turn up. So, if you've got 15 minutes left, you've got so many singers to fit in that 15 minutes. And more. The list is there. The list can be half an hour long and you've got 15 minutes left. So if someone doesn't come in, then you drop down to the next one. You carry on like that. You can't put someone in just because someone else hasn't turned up. It's not fair. What about all those people that have spent money in there? All right, not the ones that come in and buy one glass of Coke or one bottle of water. That's just rude. I drink tea. I drink tea when I'm at work, so that's how it works. Mick, get the car wrapped, Chris. Then when you change it, the wrap can be taken off. Get it wrapped. Can you get it wrapped with that plastic stuff? Actually, it might discolour because that bit wouldn't fade then, would it, when you think about it? I suppose you could put some sort of plastic coating of a Union flag on there, maybe somewhere else. Like low carb is really good for you. Yes, it is, Curvy Pottle, you're right. Morning to Paul and Lou, nice and early this morning. Morning to you. Hello to Adrian Richardson. Good morning, Adrian. Mikey Mike, I take a tablet called what's that? Ranitine when I get acid reflux. You can get them in Asda. Well, I have Galveston. But ideally, you don't want to take drugs. Okay? All drugs have some sort of side effects. God knows what these ones are doing to me. I've been having these for 10... Well, they change them every... I'm about to change drugs, actually. I'm about to change my pills, which is always a bit of a worry. I've changed them several times over the years. They put you on something else. Not because these ones are not working anymore. I don't know why they do it, actually. I don't know why they change your pills, but they do. And... so I've made sure that it's after I come back from Cyprus. You want anything going wrong there, then I have to go back to the doctor and six weeks later and check that everything's working all right. Okay, that's what I have to do. But you know, you don't want to take pills unless you absolutely have to, because I think everything's got a side effect. As a lot of people I know, perhaps you're one of them. Every time they get a headache, I just have a pill. No, I don't go along with that. No, go to sleep for a while or try and get your head down and it'll go on its own. I don't go along with pills left, right and centre. Let's have a look. I can see a programme on Channel 5, Karaoke Wars. Yeah, between the host and the people in there, I reckon. All right, let's just scroll down there. Mick, the bloke who swore should have been kicked out. Disgraceful. Yeah, there was a lad in there who swore last night. He's not a regular, but he comes quite often. It's possibly the worst possible word you could use on a microphone. In a live situation, different thing on a live. But when you're doing it like on streaming it on live and all that, it wasn't just the speaking. He also wrote a little note, the same word, and held it up to the camera. And I suppose in his young mind, it's all a bit of a laugh. This morning, I thought, do you know, I'm really not happy with that. Really not happy for that. Now and again you hear some people swear into a karaoke microphone. Remember, it's a live show, but there's just a certain things, and I thought, I'm really not happy with that. So I've actually taken down that show this morning. You won't be able to see yesterday's show. I thought it was a little bit much. I thought that was a bit much. So okay, so that's the idea there. Morning to Heidi. Good morning, Heidi. Have you seen Chris when he loses his temper? Not a good idea to be on the receiving end of his temper, but it takes a lot from... Yes, it takes an awful lot for me to lose my temper. An awful lot. one of the things is demands from people. Want all the time, you know. Like you want your raffle tickets. But I'm quite happy with you wanting your raffle ticket. No, it does take an awful lot to lose my temper. It doesn't happen very often. Once every few years. Once every 3 years. I'll try and save it up for one of the shows, all right? Can you turn your volume up? No, this is high. We're quite high in here today, Mark. Turn yours up. Anyone else got problem? No, that's quite high. I'm banging into the red there. I can see I'm banging into the red there. Anyone else got a problem with the volume this morning? Often you get people who say that the picture's lagging or there's out of sync, and it's them, it's not me. You are deaf, Mark. Too much going out to raves, mate, in the 90s or something like that. Thank you. Thank you. Diana says hers. Oh, good morning, Diana. There's Diana. That's one of my favourite people, that is Diana. She came along to the karaoke on Friday. She's a little girl. She's not a fantastic singer, but she's a barrel of laughs, and she knows it. She knows it, doesn't you? Oh, Mark's got cheap headphones from Aldi, have you? Yeah, it's no point hanging on to that money, Mark, dear. You got to spend the money on a nice pair of Bose. Of course, if you were going out with me, you would have had your Bose or your, what's the other one? Beats. That's the other one, Beats. Is that the Justin Bieber one, Beats, that he advertises, you know, together with his little tattoos, bless his heart. Thank you. Too much acid in the 80s. Very good, Mark. Very good. You are the little girl, Diana. She's got a caravan as well down in Clacton. It's all closed up now for the winter, though, isn't it? All closed up, my darling. Right. Oh, poor Darren, dear. Who was your friend, Diana? I'm not sure she liked me. because I think Darren, if you were watching the karaoke stream on Friday, there was this bloke, Darren, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, Diana, he was practically throwing himself at me, wasn't he, love? He was No, it wasn't the other way round. He was throwing himself at me. And when Mark was watching, he was getting very upset. And Mark's a doorman. I had a feeling he was going to come down and beat the other person up. You know, kick their heads in. Dear me. Cara doesn't know your mate's gay. You're having a laugh, ain't you? Is she blind, dear? Is she hard of seeing or something? Or hearing, come to that? Dear me. Mick's waiting for the postman. He's hoping to get his badge today. I'm really hoping you get your badge today, Mick. I absolutely am. The other stuff went off yesterday, which I'll tell you about. That's the other thing. Last night at the karaoke, I thought I'd try a new song last night. I don't really prepare songs, but I like to have had a go first. You know, perhaps in the car or something like that. But of course, you've got to know the words, right? So I'm putting people on the stage and I'm having a little look. Oh, maybe I'll try some. Oh, there it comes. Vera Lynn. There'll always be an England. There'll always be an England. And England will... That one, yeah? Which I sing and dedicate this morning, especially to Joanna Evola, who loves my singing. Anyway, so the list went through, and it went through again, and it went another couple of people, and I'll slot myself in there. So I put myself in after two rotations from people, and I started this song, and I went over it. I immediately, on the first line, on the first word, I immediately recognised that the key was completely wrong for me, right? It was either going to be far too high or too low. So I went with the too low. You know, if you got like, say, that's it. Say, this is your note. So you can either go, this is your note. This is your note. Yeah, you'll have to pick one of those two. Because that isn't, you're in the middle of your kind of range there. Right? So, if that note is that, and you can't get, and you think that's going to go too high, then you've either got to go down an octave, or up an octave. And as you're going to, well, I ain't going to be able to get much higher than that. So I went low. And I thought, nah, this is not working. Not only that, I didn't really know the verse. I hadn't heard the verse properly. My God, I must have been the worst singer in there last night. Absolutely. Absolutely, I was the worst singer in there last night. And this song carried on, and I think I got about 2/3 of the way through it. And then it went into something else, and I thought, I just don't know this at all. This bit I don't know at all. So I had to give up. Very unprofessional to give up like that, but I literally had to give up. I went over there, I said, oh, I'm ever so sorry about that. And do you know what? Someone came over to me and he takes the stick from me time and time again. You must understand, when I'm giving people stick on the stage, it's all done in humour. The people know it's done in humour. I used to have a laugh, a similar laugh, with a very good friend who's no longer with us, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, who I desperately miss. We lost her some weeks ago now. I went to the funeral and all that, and I used to have a laugh with her. And when she had the cancer and all that and the chemotherapy she was having, her hair all fell off, and she'd bring a selection of different wigs as a joke, and she laughed in the face of that bloody disease. Oh, she was wonderful, and I would have these jokes with her, and sometimes people would say, "Oh, should you be saying that with me?" Like one of the wigs was just like it was like a Scottish Terrier type. Do you know what I mean? And I said, "There's Mary. Ah, she's bought my favourite hair today. Yes, it's the Scottish Terrier look this morning." And I think there was another one there, the poodle look, which was like a afro-y type thing. The poodle look. And we would have a laugh, and then sometimes other people would say, "Oh, I don't know, do you think she's getting a bit upset?" I said, "No, I don't." So usually the person I'm having a go with, right, is as a comedy thing, they already know. It's the other people who don't know, and it sometimes makes it even funnier. And I'm sure we come across this all the time in this sad, pathetic modern era that we live, that I hate even more and more as the days go. I hate what's going on in the world as the days go on. I really do. All this rubbish that people can't call each other this, that, and the other. And when you call people them instead of he or she, and all this business, it just gets on my nerves. It's just all absolute rubbish. No more clapping. Got to do hands like that. One of the theatres in London no longer allowed to say "ladies and gentlemen" in case it offends the gender-neutral people. It's usually someone else who's offended on someone else's behalf. It's even funnier. Anyway, so people just generally know. And after I must have been looking a little bit dishevelled. You wouldn't have seen it on the camera while I'm standing there, sort of getting the next songs ready for people and what have you. And DJ Chris, who often, before he comes on the stage, listen, and here comes DJ Chris now with yet another song to depress us all. Get your razor blades out, or something like that, right? And he came and says, "Don't worry about it, Chris. It was all right. Don't worry. And he came and comforted me. Fantastic. I honestly, I absolutely crucified that. And I would leave it up there had there had not been someone that said that really bad word on the microphone last night, and held up a bit of paper to the camera as well, which incidentally wasn't directed at anyone. It just wrote this down and held it up, and I thought, I can't leave that on there. And sometimes people complain anyway. You don't want complaints on YouTube or anything like that, really. All right, so that was that. Let's just have a little look there. Oh my God, Diana's got no hot water or heating. Oh my God, blimey! You're waiting for the plumber to come. I had a plumber come round yesterday, actually. It wasn't Nathan in the end. Someone called Elliot. What a nice lad. Elliot came and did my pipe work yesterday, I'm pleased to say. But he didn't get to me. He was supposed to come 8 till 10. But he got stuck. Oh, here goes the RAF over. I don't think they're very close today. Can you? It's either that or a bomber. Sent by another jealous YouTuber because of my millions of viewers all over the world. Actually, talking of pills, I've got my pills now. Yes, and he came. He didn't get to me till about 10 to 11. Which really threw me out. Which kind of really threw my day out yesterday. I was up at 7 o'clock for him to get there at 8. As I say, he rang at about 9:45, I think it was, something like that. He said he's really sorry. He's got stuck somewhere. It's turned into a leak and he's got to sort that out first. Can he come sort of around 11 o'clock? And I said, yeah, that's fine. So we got there about 10 to 11. Did all this stuff. I tell you what, those modern boilers, when you take the covers off them, they do not make a lot of noise. It sounded like a very powerful vacuum cleaner. It was like that. So I'm in the other room doing stuff on the computer, right? And I thought he must be hoovering something else. Anyway, he was there about 20, 25 minutes. Thank you very much. 96 quid gone out my account. Oh, what did he do for that? Just brushed a few twigs out and hoovered the thing. Oh, Christ. But you have to have it done every year because the boiler's only like 4 years old. And if you don't have it done, you lose the 10-year guarantee, you know. So he did that, and he's closed it. He said, all done now, mate. I said, oh, okay. What was you hoovering something else? He said, no, that's the noise the boiler makes. When you take the cover off and a few bits and pieces, that's what the noise it makes. They're ever so loud, those modern boilers. like sounding like the same sort of sound as sucking spiders up into your Hoover. You know, as you go around. Oh, there's one in here this morning. Little. It was only a little one. It was a black one, a black bulbous small spider. No, you can't leave them, dear, because they get bigger and bigger, you know, just like myself over the last 2 years. So, he was asking, can I just ask, what's it like round here? I said, well, it's all right, really. He said, only I've put in an offer for a flat just up the road, him and his girlfriend. £180,000 for a one-bedroom flat. God. I paid for that house 64,000. I know that's 25 years. 64. I paid for that now. I paid for that 25 years ago. Now a one-bedroom flat in Bracknell, 175. Wow, can't believe it. You know. Anyway, just asking what it was like. I said, well, it's all right here. I said, to be honest, the road as you come down to my house is a bit skanky. To be honest, it's just the way the cars are parked. They're all over the place. They're right on the pavement. You can't walk down the pavement on the right-hand side because the cars have taken it over as parking spaces and the council have done sweet FA about it. They don't do anything about it, the council. On the other hand, where are the cars going to park? What they should do is cut into that path. Remove the path from that side. You don't need it, right? And then make that car... Because you have a job getting down there. A fire engine coming round the corner at the bottom... If something was to happen to my house or any of my neighbours, I don't know what that would do because it can't get round the corner. It would have to push its way through. Whether or not they're allowed to do that, I don't know. So that was my morning. And because he came so late, then I was like put back and I had to load up the car. I only took 3 bags. There was only 3 bags to bring up. Well, 2 bags actually. That and the laptop bag for work and whatever. And then I rushed down to the post office to post off... the bingo winner's hat and also a badge, possibly for... I can't remember whose badge it was I posted off. A super chat badge went off to someone. For someone who said, whenever you send a little... I bought my jingles up. Here, I bought my jingles up. You'll be pleased to know. Here we are. I've remembered. Yeah, I've remembered all my jingles and the Donald Trump, the fake news.
The fake news. It's fake.
Do you know how long it is? I've been trying to remember to bring those up. Weeks. Anyway, they're now on the system. So anyone who sends a super chat will now get the super chat jingle. Yeah, super chat jingle. Yeah. So I then rushed down to the post office to post off those 2 items. Rushed back again. Done my lunch. And then I went upstairs. And... the music that you see with the pictures at the beginning of the shows, there's 2 different ones. One for when I'm in Lincolnshire, and one for when I'm down in Bracknell at my house. That bit of music, as far as I know, isn't a copyright item. Indeed, YouTube never pick it up as a copyright item, so I assume it is. But that could change in the future, and that could really muck up all the videos I've done already, right? Years worth. So I've decided to look for some pieces of music that are not copyright affected. So I've found this company that my sister's husband put me in contact with. I can't remember what it's called now. Hang on, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it's called. Hang on a minute. Just a minute. Epidemic Sound. There it is. Let's have a look. Epidemic Sound. Searching for a foolproof way to soundtrack your video? We've got your back. Check out our curated playlists, which are constantly updated by our music creators. Epidemic Sound is the name of the company. Be careful you get to the right place with that, okay? Because I noticed sometimes you put that in and something else comes up. And there they have hundreds and hundreds, thousands of tunes, long, old, all different genres, little sound effects and things like that. And you pay them £10 a month, and that covers your copyright. They have a direct link with YouTube. So they ask you, what's your YouTube channel? You type that in. They then tell YouTube that you are a member of their service, and all the tunes that they use are covered, and then that's it. So, yesterday I was looking at some of these tunes and I found 2 really good tunes that I will, over the next, I don't know how, it'll take me some time to put another video together, you see, because it's not a quick thing. Those opening videos are not very quick to do. They do take quite a lot of time. You've got to get little shots. I might use the old bits of video that I've already got and try and link those up to the new bits of music. I found 2 bits of music which I really like. One's quite like that, and the other's more of a lighter one. The lighter one for up here, the harder one, shall we say, for down there. I could play you these bits of music at some point, actually. Or shall I just wait until it's done? I'll wait until it's done. Maybe we'll have some time in the future, in the next few shows or so, where I have got the music on my USB stick. Yeah, on my USB stick. So I could play those to you at some point. You can see if you like them or not. But I've chosen bits of music and that's it. So there we are. So that's what I did. And then I started on... I've got this bit of music and I started putting the video together. And it's getting later and later now. But I did get to bed on time, I'm pleased to say. But it was the Plumber coming a little bit later. Which kind of threw my day out. But you understand that, you know, plumbers and people at doctor's surgeries, you know, often people go to doctor's surgeries and they sit there and you might have a 10 o'clock appointment, 11:15, you're still sitting there, and you can get a little bit agitated, but you have to remember, he's not just sitting in there doing nothing. Like the plumber, you know, he wasn't sitting in his van, eating sandwiches and drinking tea, and that's why he's late. He got stuck somewhere. Someone had a more serious problem than you. Like in the doctors, you know, someone might be in there, you don't know. They might have gone to the doctors, and there they're lying having CPR on their hearts because they've just had a heart attack. And you're sitting there moaning about your cut finger. You shouldn't be there with a cut finger anyway. You should go to the blooming chemist and get it done. So that was my day yesterday. As I say, a really good karaoke last night. Really very, very good last night. Some nice singers in there. Really good quality singers in there last night. Fantastic. On the way up here, a half-hour detour. Oh, God. And a half-hour detour. So you do the first 2 hours of the journey, right? And then there's the detour. It doesn't happen at the other end. Mind you, it's probably better. So you think, oh, I've only got half hour to go. And then suddenly, instead of it being 1:30, it says 2 o'clock. They close a bit of the A1M. It's always the A1M. Now, if I could get there before 12 o'clock, I'd be all right. I think that's the time they close it, about midnight, right? And I generally get to this part round about 12:15. And there's no way I can get there any quicker. You know, unless I leave at 11:15 next week, which will upset the customers. Oh, dear. And the other thing, this detour, so you get to this, so you've been travelling 10 miles, right, between one roundabout and another, okay? Then you get to this roundabout, it says A1N diversion, and you go all the way round, and it sends you back down the other way for about 8 miles. Why doesn't the diversion start at the roundabout further down? Then you wouldn't have come up all that way and had to go back again. Don't make sense to me. Interestingly enough, when I get to the roundabout, I can stop the one that's where it's closed to go straight on. If I touch my sat-nav, it actually sends me the other way. It's always a bit iffy, you know, because the sat-nav hasn't seen the closed road because it's only just happened. I don't know how that works. I mean, do they have to tell sort of the road people that they've closed? I don't know how that works. I'm not quite sure how that works, but there we are. Anyway, got up here. Got up here. I noticed the big light outside isn't working, so I've got to report that to Sylvia, the site owner. Got up here, and it was raining a bit. So I've got my 3 bags, right? I've got my 3 bags. There's my laptop bag. There's my clothes, towel, socks, pants bag. And there's another bag that I usually have my pills in, and they're in like a Tupperware thing. My pills, the mobile phone, and raffle tickets. Right? So I brought my bags in, done myself some dinner. I had baked beans and... what did I have last night? Oh, baked beans and a corn cottage pie, which was really nice. Microwave job that was. And I had that, and fairly quickly on, I then went to bed. And I was woken up, and I could hear the rain on the road. Oh, it's raining out. Oh, that's nice. I thought, nice and cosy in bed when the rain's pouring down on the top of the caravan. I love that. Love that. And that's it. Anyway, so woke up in the morning. I expected to wake up late. I actually woke up about 20 past 8 this morning instead of a quarter to... I usually wake up at quarter to 8 in the morning, except Tuesdays and Saturdays is where I tend to get up a bit later because I've had the long drive. And got up, and there's my laptop bag there, and I'm just putting my clothes away. That's it, right? Okay, well, I'll go and do the show now. Where's the bag with the raffle tickets? Orange bag. It's a Ralph Lauren, really good quality bag actually that I got dirt cheap in one of the sales in Ralph Lauren. I think that might have come from Florida, that one. When I went there with, not with my nephew, that was the time before. Who did I go to Florida with? Oh no, Las Vegas with my mate Ronnie. That was ages and ages ago. That's about 6 or 7 years ago now. That was a good holiday as well. We went to see lots of shows. Went to see Elton John and Liza Minnelli. Went to see Liza Minnelli in concert. Fantastic. And what was the other one? Oh, Barry Manilow, of course. That's why we went to see Barry Manilow in Vegas. Fantastic, in a theatre and all that. Anyway, so I've got this orange bag. And I thought, where's this orange bag? I definitely bought in 3 bags last night. I better go and check in the car. And then I thought, oh my God, just a minute. Did I leave it outside? Of course, I've opened the door to the Lincolnshire Television Studio complex. There's the orange bag sitting outside the caravan. Soaked. Absolutely soaked. And that is why the phone, the texting number, is not available for you this morning, boys and girls, because the phone that texts got soaking wet last night. Absolutely soaking wet. Right? It could have been more serious. It could have been the laptop that got left outside. But it's even more serious than that. The raffle tickets that you won yesterday are soaking wet. Now, just a minute. Just stop moaning. Don't moan. I have to tell you that fortunately they haven't disintegrated. They are simply wet. Okay? They were actually underneath this, where is it now? This, and that. You can see how it's got wet, right? Because the page is curled over there. Look, that's curled over. Fortunately, this little bit of cardboard seems to have protected the rest of the ungiven raffle tickets yet. And we'll do the raffle numbers in a moment, okay? All right? But you can see how that's got wet, right, underneath there. So your tickets at the moment, the ones that you got yesterday, are actually drying out under the heat pump. Actually, probably by the end of the show, they'll be completely dry. So very, very serious. Very, very serious. All the raffle tickets got wet. I mean, how can I do that? Oh, it's not the first time I've left stuff outside. Oh, no, dear. And I was so lucky. I've lost before a big wooden box which had a mixer in it. Not an expensive mixer, fortunately. It was about 40 quid, just a cheap Bayringer one. Bayringer? I can never say that word, but just a little one like that it was. And there was some cabling and a microphone in there. I've lost one of those before. That was outside a quiz place, right? So I'd done this quiz. It was about 3 people turned up. We tried it for 6 weeks. It never worked. This was in Causden in Surrey. It was Causden in Surrey. So down the A3 and you come off down these little windy roads and did this quiz night. But it never really worked there. And I loaded up the car one day, put the stuff in the car, and off I went. Off I went. It was about three or four bags altogether. Off I went, got home, went to bed, got up in the morning, and I think was going out to do a karaoke that night. Oh, where's the mixer? I thought, oh my God, I left it on the pavement. Of course, that was gone. Rung up the pub straight. Is there a box outside? No. Oh, it's funny. Was it a silver box? Yeah. Oh, we noticed that last night. No one picked it up. Well, someone picked it up because it weren't there anymore. Gone. So I lost that. But worse than that, or it could have been worse than that, right? I was doing a mobile disco. This would be around 1984, 1985, I suppose, when I had my flat in Wandsworth. It was a little block, not a massive block, but a little block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 flats. I was in the middle. So ground, middle, top. I was there. I was in that one there. And I'm loading my car up. And it's one of those blooming entry doors, so you prop that open with something. In this case, a box of records. Okay? Actually, these doors are heavy, and the spring on them is quite strong. So this door, 2 boxes of records. I think maybe a box of records and a box of CDs at the time, holding this door open. So there are, and I'm off, right? So I'm driving through Wandsworth, gone down the A3. Not a particularly short journey, to be honest. And I got there and I'm setting all my stuff up, right? Well, it's funny. Where's my records? And then immediately, oh my God, they're holding the door open of the flat. This is in Wandsworth. Not a fantastic, it wasn't too bad there, but not the best of areas. I thought, oh my God, I've got no records to play. Someone's wedding. They're all there. My equipment's set up. They're having a meal at the moment. I thought, what on earth am I going to do? Right, don't delay. Leave straight away. So that's it. I jumped straight in the car, tore down the A3. I don't know how fast I was going. Tore down the A3, got to the flat, and oh my God, there are the records and the CDs still holding the door open. I could not believe my luck. Because that's probably, in those times, the worst thing you could possibly lose would be your records. Irreplaceable. You might have been able to replace them, but it would take you a damn long time to replace them, Equipment, yeah, I mean, a bit of a pain, but, tomorrow you can go out. It will cost you money, of course, but tomorrow you can go out and buy it all again. Not the same with records. These days, with MP3s, completely different thing altogether. You've got your laptop, okay, all my stuff's on there. If it gets nicked, not a good thing to have a laptop nicked, but I've got it backed up in 3 places. On 3 separate other hard drives. I've got all my songs, all my karaoke stuff backed up. So that can't happen now. You can't lose all your music unless you're that stupid and that and you're a DJ and you've got all your music on your laptop and you haven't got it backed on a fella. You're asking for trouble, aren't you? So there we are. That's how the tickets and the phone got wet. All right? Sorry about that. Right, let's read some of your messages. Heidi's got to do some studying. Okay, Heidi, enjoy that. You didn't sing Imagine, John Lennon. Yeah, Diana asked me to sing Imagine by John Lennon, which I've done before. The reason I didn't sing it, Diana, was there were so many customers there. They must come before me. If you come to one of my karaoke nights, honestly, I will. You do come. As far as I'm concerned, at a karaoke night, people come before the host. You have not. I mean, Diane says they come to see you sing. No, they don't, Diana. They come to sing. They haven't come to see me sing, and that's why, if there's a big queue and a lot of people waiting, I will never sing. That the customers must come first. Okay. Hello to Mr. Gregorium. Morning to you. So, can you be a moderator? What on the karaoke? I've got moderators on here. I don't really need any more. Thank you very much, Sir SOS Gregorian. On the karaoke, we could do with one on the karaoke. But you see, you use the microphone. You can't really moderate that. That's the only thing with that. Mark wants to be a moderator. Well, why do you want to be a moderator? It's a very strange thing to ask. Do you want to be a moderator? Can I be a moderator? Scrolling down here. Look, thank you, Steph. Bless her. Rest in peace, the lovely Mary. Wonderful lady. People do need to lighten up, Curvy Petal. Good morning to Roy Brownlow. Mandy, absolutely too many snowflakes in this world. I haven't got the time for 'em, Mandy. I really haven't, snowflakes. They get right on my nerves. They really do. Uh, Mikey Mike's mum's got breast cancer. Hopefully treatable. Yeah, I hope so, Mikey. You must be strong for her. Must be strong for your mum. All right, my darling. Give her much support as you can. Well, you know, I don't need to tell you that, do I? I'm sorry to hear that, Mikey. Hope she comes through that all right. That's a bit difficult. Morning to Claire. Morning to Claire. Buffering again. Not at this end. Looks like it's your end this time, Claire. I would know because I've got no dropped frames at all this morning. All right. I'll have to scroll down, my darlings. All right. Just reading your I'll try and name check yours. So many messages there. What's a moderator? A moderator is someone that looks for people who are horrible, swearing. I don't mind the occasional swear word, but when people go on and start shouting at you and being just a bit of a pain in the arse, really, a moderator can block that person. I think just for one show, actually. Hang on, let me just try something. Let's just choose a name here. Jason Hughes. Okay, what can I do to Jason? So I've just clicked Jason. I could go to his channel, report him, remove him, put you in a timeout. I don't know what that is, a timeout. So maybe that stops you messaging for a certain amount of time. I can hide the user on this channel, or I can make him a moderator. Okay, so they're the options. So I'd like to put someone in a timeout and see what happens. Have we got any volunteers? Any volunteers to someone who wants to be put in timeout so we can see what happens? Because I don't know what happens. I've got a feeling it'll ask me how long I want you to not be on the channel. I don't know if you'd lose the show or not, though. Well, I need to test that out. Have we got any volunteers? Who wants to be put into timeout? I'll choose the first one. Grandad, yeah. Oh yes, that was Matthew Van. Matthew Van turned up last night. And he sung a couple of songs. He disappeared at the end. I don't know where he went to, but it was nice of him to come down. Matthew Van, you often see him on here. I don't think he's with us this morning. Good morning to Yvonne. A very good morning to you, Yvonne. Welcome to our little show. I've said hello to Steph, haven't I? Yeah, where's Rachel this morning? She's very quiet today. Mick's been looking at my school photos. Did you get a ticket yesterday? You didn't send an email, did you? Didn't send an email, Mark. I did tell you you've got to send an email. No texts. I can't reply to your text. If I reply to your email, then I know I've sent it. I don't know with a text. You must email me in for tickets, okay? No texts, my darling. There's the email address. You know the email address. There it is. If you ever want a ticket and you can't be with us, please email the show. So if you texted, then you wouldn't have got one yesterday, I'm afraid. All right. Okay. Let's just scroll down a bit there. I'll have to whenever get moving. Mandy's still got her records from the 80s. Yes, I got rid of all mine in the end, Mandy. I had so many records. You know, good records, bad records. They're not really worth anything, records, unless you've got like the first edition that's never been opened or something like that. Generally, a DJ's records are not really worth anything, and they've been played to death as well. So I just got rid of them in the end. They were taking up an awful lot of room, in a shed. And when I moved from my flat to my house, so they kind of went in the shed, and Gad got more and more of them. But I noticed once they'd gone into the shed, they never came out again. And I just dumped them in the end, got rid of them. You know, do I miss them? Not really. It's one of those black flies. You get a lot of black flies, and tiny little black flies now and again. Hello to Sam458. Good morning, Sam. Morning to you, Sam. Welcome to the show, to you, sir. How are you? Oh, he's been very down. Why is that, Sam? Don't be down. What's made you down, mate? What's made you down? Morning to my sister, Shazby. There she is. And mixed badges on timeout. Is anyone want? No one's volunteered. Ah, Mandy, are you sure? Yeah, if Mandy does it, then Brenda from Bristol can still see the show anyway. So if it's all right with you, Mandy, I'm going to ask you once again, because this could go terribly wrong. Although I don't think it was. I'm going to try and put you on a timeout and see what happens, Mandy. Basically, if you could ask your other half It's very unusual, really, for a Mandy to be going out with a Brenda. But, you know, each and every one to their own. We don't criticise other people's lifestyles, my darling. Does he wear your clothes as a matter? I hope you don't mind me asking you, Mandy, in this sort of public sphere. But does he wear your clothes? Oh, there's that. Where's that fly? Squashed fly, that's it. Does he wear your clothes, darling? Are you sure you want to do this, Mandy? Okay, she says go for it. Okay, right, just a second. Sam's lost his grandma. Oh, Sam, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Grandmas are very special people, aren't they? Hey, Sam, I bet you've got some nice memories with her. Okay, let me tell you, your grandma will not want you to be sitting there sad and unhappy. She will want you to carry on with your life. Absolutely, which she will. She will. No parent or grandmother who's loved their children, when they pass to another life, they don't want you to sit there, and I'm sure you have done, crying and being unhappy. They want you to carry on and be happy. And remember the wonderful memories that you had with your grandmother. I bet you've got some, haven't you? Eh? Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Sorry to hear about your grandmother. And, yeah, good luck to you. Good luck. Yeah, all right. Okay, Mandy. Right, let's see what we do. So I'm going to click that there. I've got another couple of bits to show you, so don't go away, boys and girls. I'm going to now put user in timeout, right? So if you could ask Brenda from Bristol... Oh, hang on a minute. What's he want now? No, she's only a midget. Stop that! Your wife is not a midget. How rude. Right, put you is in timeout. I'm going to click that now. Okay. Right, so you are in timeout, Mandy. Ah, you've been timed out for 300 seconds. Oh, what's that then? I don't know what that is. Someone work out 300 seconds, please. What's 300? Shouldn't I look it up myself? 300 seconds. Oh, that's quite a good punishment, isn't it? Convert 300 seconds. Oh, it's 5 minutes. Oh, so you've been timed out for 5 minutes. Okay, Mandy? You've been timed out for 5 minutes. Now, can you still see the show, I wonder? And also try and send a message and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens there. All right, Mandy. Thank you for volunteering there, my darling. We do like a volunteer. Roy, have I won anything today? No, we haven't done anything yet, Roy. He wins something every day. 5 minutes. Thank you, everyone. 5 minutes. All right. Thank you, Yvonne. A couple of people, if you'd like to send a message perhaps to Sam. Okay. A message has been deleted. Fun things to do with tech. A very good morning to you. I was about to text, but someone says no phone. No, we haven't got the text thing here. It won't be here today or tomorrow, I'm afraid, because the phones got really wet last night. Fortunately, it was switched off. I shall switch it on again on Wednesday. I'd try and let it dry out, because if you switch it on, then any water that's contacting the contacts and various bits and pieces in there, that can short stuff out, and then that's it. It's gone. Dead. Morning to Dominic Hesler this morning. Good morning, Dominic. I was a little bit concerned about the river level last night. I've discovered on a government website river levels, okay, and warnings or anything like that, right? And I discovered this. Look at this. Isn't that good? I've discovered a little meter. Now, that's how it was, I think, this morning at 6 o'clock. Yeah, there we are. This morning at 6 o'clock. Can you see that? So it's got this little meter there. Yesterday, the red, it was kind of a little bit further to the right than that. You see where that red bit is there? So you've got two black bits on the red bit. So yesterday, it was further over to the right, the meter, the needle, if you see what I mean. The needle was further over to the right, past the first black thing, and about a quarter of the way between the two black things. So there we are, above normal for this location. So now, boys and girls, just before I start a show, I can actually see if I'm going to drown while the show is happening. How fantastic is that? You see, you even predicting my own death this morning. How marvellous is that? So that's a little thing that I noticed yesterday. Also, a couple of you, when we were doing the bingo show on Sunday night, which we'll do again this Sunday. The pens, as far as I know, should be arriving at my house this week. Okay, I got a little message yesterday to say they were arriving today. Well, I'm not there today, so hopefully they'll be able to post them or leave them somewhere or give them to a neighbour. The pen should be arriving, so I'm hoping on Sunday to do 3 bingo games. The first 2 games will be for a pen, and the third game will be for a hat. Okay, so if you haven't registered yet, you must register to play the bingo if you want to join us before Sunday. Once Sunday comes, too late, okay, because I have to add you into the system. Just send me your email address to there. Okay, that's my email address. Just send me your email address to there and say, please add me to the bingo. And I will reply to you on Saturday, because I can't do it from up here. I will reply to your email on Saturday, done, or added to bingo, something like that, okay? So if you want to play, that's it. But someone was saying on Sunday, we want to see, I think it was Claire actually, I'm sure it was Claire. She wanted to see what I could see in front of me on the screen. It might have been, no, I think it wasn't Claire. It was someone else. I can't remember who it was. They wanted to see what I could see in front of me while I was playing the bingo. So this is it here. When I'm doing the bingo, that's what I can see, right? Now, if you look to the right of that, you can see that's my monitor thing, okay? And we were waiting for someone to claim the bingo prize. You can see the little clock going around on the right, bottom right-hand corner. And, of course, you can see the bingo card. Right? But what you can't see when I'm doing the show is to the right, or sorry, the thing on the left, the bingo card on the left, you can see a list of names there on the right. There, that's who's winning. That's who's winning, you see? And that list there changes. I can only see the first 10 people, no one else. Bottom, sort of halfway up the screen, about a third of the way up the screen on the left, you can see a button there. That's the button I click to get another number out. Right? The numbers to the right of that, the 4 black numbers, are numbers already called. And the red number is the one that's just come out. So that's what I can see in front of me when I'm doing a show. Okay? That's up at our Bracknell television studio complex. Clever, innit? Someone wanted to know that. All right? Let's have a look. Yes, the telephone, stick it in a bag of rice, leave it in the airing cupboard. Yes, I've been told that before, so thank you very much for that. Oh, Evan's had IBS all week. Oh, Christ, I know. I have suffered from that for some time. Actually, it does come back sometimes. It's not a very pleasant experience, is it? Tony King there. I think I said hello to Tony. Just a moment. There we are. Thank you. Oh, yes. Can we have some thumbs up today? Click the thumbs up. I noticed on a mobile phone, there doesn't seem to be a thumbs up on a mobile phone, does there? I noticed that. Let me have a look at my own show on here, which is a great experience, incidentally. If I bring up my own show on here, hang on a minute. How am I going to do that now? Oh, there I am there. Oh, I'm not looking particularly good today, I must say. Oh, there's the adverts. There's the adverts. Hang on a minute. Right. So there's my own show. That's it on there. Right. There's your messages. Look, I can't say you can't see it. There's no thumbs up. Because my sister was often, when they're doing their show, my brother-in-law and his wife, my sister, they often say do a thumbs up. There doesn't see watching on an iPhone, there doesn't seem to be a thumbs up anywhere, which is strange, isn't it? There's a $sign, so I could send myself. Yeah, I could send myself a super chat if I wanted to, couldn't I? Yeah, I could do that, but there isn't a thumbs up on there, strangely enough. So I don't think you can do it on the. Remove the chat, then you get the thumbs up. Okay, let's have a look. Ah, there it is. Yeah, remove the. If you scroll the chat off, then you can get the thumbs up. Or just give myself a thumbs up. 12. That's not bad, is it? 12. Thank you, sis. Oh, she knows, dear. They know over there to get those thumbs up. Thank you very much. Good morning to Martin. There's my brother-in-law. Retro Restore. Done their own show. Saturdays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon is the Retro Restore show. No, the pens don't say lab books on them. How rude. I don't go around nicking the pens from I wouldn't go around nicking pens from anywhere. I'm telling you that now. You're rude. Oh, sorry. You're rude, you are. Rude. Oh dear. My sister she's batting my corner this morning as always. Thank you. Just a second. There's people talking to Sam. That's lovely of you. Thank you. Sorry. Claire, loving the bingo, but not sure my partner will stand for me playing for over an hour on Sunday night. He hates it. Oh, well. Unlucky. Unlucky for your partner, Claire. Send him out somewhere, love. Well, you could join us for the last show, I suppose, really. I would imagine a bingo game seems to take between 20 and 25 minutes. So on Sunday, if you was to join us, say, I don't want to give a time in case it's shorter or longer. I would say round about 25 to 20 to 9 for the last game, which would be for the hat, or the pens would be the games before that, the 2 games before that. Alrighty, Mick's now got Mick's got a spare badge now. Why have you got a spare badge, Mick? Has it arrived? Don't tell me they've both arrived in the post at the same time. Is that right? Thank you, Tony. Close your chat and you'll see it. There we are. Look, a little thumbs up Mandy's sending. I think Mandy's doing it. Look at that. All right. Mandy's back. Oh, yes, Mandy's back. Look at that. She's back. So that's it. We've found out what happens. So you get timed out there for 3,000 seconds. Oh, I'm just hovering over Roy Brownlow. He hasn't done anything wrong today. I just like to put him in a timeout just for the sake of it. What do you reckon? Should I do that? Oh, look, now he's saying he's waiting for Netflix now. Rude. I've got to pay $1.50 for one badge, but I got one free. So that came as well today, did it? Ah, right. You can ignore the other one. Just leave it. Leave it. If you don't want it, leave it. Okay? This happened to someone else. Don't worry, because I've sorted out that problem. Just a moment. That won't happen anymore. Large stamps. Large letter stamps. So I've cured that problem now, because what happens yesterday, when I went to the post office yesterday, I had a badge, one of the badges in an envelope, which, like the one you've got for your, unfortunately, you've got a £1.50 charge. Just leave it there. Leave it there. If you haven't got your one, I don't suppose you've got £1.50 to pay for a blooming badge in there anyway. I know things are tight for you. You don't, just leave it if you want to leave it. It won't come back to me, unfortunately, because I've put my stress on it. But yeah, I've got some large letter stamps now, so that won't happen again. But I happen to know that Mike Reece Ponto, who's with us this morning, that happened to him as well. And he went down and paid the £1.50 and got the badge anyway. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just didn't know. I've been putting these badges in envelopes and just putting a first class stamp on them and being done with it. I didn't know. And then Mike says, I've got this charge. And I thought, well, I wonder why that is. So I then realised that it's the pin on the badge. The pin on the badge makes it not go through that little slot thing that you can barely get a cigarette paper through that damn thing, can you? All right. I've got a badge and a card, Chris. A badge and a card. Gosh. Time me out and I'm coming to the caravan. Right, that's it. 300 seconds. Anyone who's naughty. In fact, moderators, can I ask you to do that in future when someone's becoming a bit of a pain, a bit of a pain in the rear end, give them a warning first and then time them out for 5 minutes. When they come back, if they carry on, then block them. Give them a chance, all right? We like to give them a chance. Roy Brownlow is the honest man of the chat, not like all you liars. Oh, dear. Talk about blowing your own trumpet there, aren't you? Well, we've got no news stories done at all today, have we? Oh, dear. Mick's going to put it on eBay. You won't get much for that, mate. They don't know who I am on eBay. They don't know who I am on YouTube, come to think of it. All right. Let's do today's... raffle, okay? Time to give out some raffle tickets. Who wants a raffle ticket for today's show? Speak now, please. Zero tolerance on United Kingdom Talk. Thank you very much. Yeah, we don't mind a laugh. Yeah, I'm no snowflake. I'm just some sad old puff sitting in a room talking to himself. We don't mind a bit of a laugh, but what I don't like is people that have been really nasty. Not just to me, but to other people usually. Right, here we go. Raffle ticket time. Let's have a look. Jason Hughes, 846. Jason, should you be on my calendar list? I was asking you earlier. You may have replied and I may have missed that. So could you let me know? Did I said you were added to the calendar list? I know there's someone and I can't remember who. Jason Hughes, 846. I think it's you, but I might be wrong. Be honest, because I can always check back, dear. Curvy Petal, thank you, Curvy. Petal, 847. Tony King, 848. Oh, and Tony, let me do your email one as well now. 849 as well for you, Tony. That's for your email from yesterday, because I didn't, and I'll reply to that now as well. So that's the 849, that one. So you've got 2 to go, Tony, okay? 849. If you're going to use a different email to your name, please put your name on, because then otherwise I won't know. That's what happened to Tony's yesterday, all right? Excellent. Thank you, Tony. If you just always use, if you've got an email that's, your name might be Tony King and your email might be 1237@aol.com. I don't know that's you, so just put Tony King on there so I know. So you've got today 848 for today's show and 849 which you emailed in for yesterday's show, okay? Which I've replied to that email now as well. 850, young Michael Palmer. Hello, Michael. Any sign of your little package yet, Michael? Because you're in Australia, aren't you? I wonder how long that will take to get there. So that's your 850. Oh, we've used the wrong strip of tickets. Doesn't matter. Fran Green, 841. Fran Green. Thank you, Fran. She likes the opening video, don't you, darling? 842 for Steph Diamond. 843, Martin Butler. 844, Sam 458. What was your nan's name, Sam? You must tell us what was your nan's name, darling. Sean Pye is 845. There's no orders to these tickets. It doesn't matter, though. Diane Jebb, 851. Joey Millen, 852. You're very quiet this morning, Joey. Joey Millen, 8 was it 852? 1 second, darling. Scrolling up there. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, gosh, it's quite... Blimey, there's a lot more of you than I thought there was this morning. Who was that I just did then? Joey... There we are. Joey... Roy Brownlow, 853. 854 for Brenda from Bristol. Roy. Just a minute. Where do I go now? Mark Bowles, 855. Claire, 856. Adrian, 857. There's my sister, 858. No problem with that bag of stuff, incidentally, sis. That's fine. I checked my weight allowance on the plane, and it's like it's ridiculously high. Okay, so don't worry about that stuff I've got to take on the plane over to Cyprus with us. It's next week, isn't it? Next week. I'm so excited. Go see my niece in Cyprus again. It's 25 degrees over there. Yeah, get on one, mate. Sharon Butler. SOS Gregorian, 859. 864. Thank you, Jason. I thought it was you. I knew it was you. Right, hang on. Let me add you to the calendar list. Jason Hughes. Thank you, Jason. Okay, you're added on there now. All right. 864. Don't say ticks, they bite. So do crabs. That's not pleasant, I'll tell you that. Mike Reece Ponto. is 860. Let's just scroll up there. Yvonne Lemon, where are we now? Let's get another load of tickets out. See, the ticket, I'm so lucky. The tickets, I think it was a very short shower last night, and it did pour down very quickly. I can't believe I've left a bag of stuff outside the caravan while it was raining last night, but there you go. These tickets are quite dry. You see, these are all dry. 8664, Yvonne. Did I do you, Mike? Yeah. Yvonne Lemon. 866. 867. Mick needs a fridge magnet now for my shrine. Well, you have to play the bingo then, Mick. Brenda from Bristol in the house. Tony, thank you, Tony. Joseph, hello, Joseph. Do you remember when we used to put a firework rocket in a glass milk bottle? Yeah, we did that. And the milk bottle always tipped over, didn't it? Rocket used to go flying off into someone's face. Very dangerous. I'll tell you what else I did with fireworks, Joseph. And your ticket number is 867. We used to put, and then when the milk bottle didn't work, we thought, well, obviously, you know, that's obviously going to happen with a milk bottle. So then we stuck it in the ground. We got these rockets and we used to stick them in the ground and light them. And of course they didn't. It was so stiff in the ground. The things never took off. So, and it's still at ground level. Yeah, rockets not fun. I'm looking forward to firework display tonight. Oh, I must get a move on. What's the time? 10 to 11. Good God. Yeah, because things are timing is tight today. I've got to be at my nephew's at 5:30 to go up to Lincoln to the fireworks. Amelia, hello, Amelia. All right, Amelia. Your little hat's in the post, darling. Your hat is in the post, Amelia. Thank you, Mandy. Mandy Davenport. There's a lot more people here today than I thought there was. So I don't see the number in front of me. I don't have numbers up or anything like that. It doesn't really bother me. 868 for Mandy Davenport. Joseph, done you. Amelia, thank you, Amelia. 869. She's just back from her cycle ride. How long do you go out for, Amelia? As a matter of interest, I'm a cyclist. Certainly when I'm down in Bracknell in Berkshire, I cycle everywhere down there. Unfortunately, up here, my sister is a little bit too far away, and I do have a problem with one of my knees. That's I've had now for quite a few years now. And I can't cycle far without getting a bit of a problem. I can do cycling, but once the knee starts giving me pain and trouble, I have to stop. Otherwise, it's really awful. And I'm thinking about getting an electric bike. But I wouldn't have it on just electric. You know, I'd be wanting to pedal it as well, just to take some effort out of that. I'm not sure if it's the pushing down on the knee or the fact that it's simply going up and down, in which case an electric bike won't actually help, because it'll still be going up and down like that. I don't know if it's the pressure, but by taking a bit of pressure off, I wonder if that might be easier for me or not. Mandy, have I done you, Mandy? Let me have a look there. Oh, where's my other tickets gone now? There we are. Let's list them out in front of me there. I can't see me doing any news stories though, so I just put them on the keyboard. There we are. Bum 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 bum. There we are. Mandy, I can see it all now. There we are. Mandy, 870. Mandy from Davenport is Brenda from Bristol's his wife. It's a strange relationship they've got going on. Paul and Lou, blimey, more of you. I don't think I've ever given out this many tickets in a show. That's all right. As always, gang, if you're watching a recording of the show, email me in at that email address, and I'll reply to your email with your ticket number. Okay? I thought, what's his name would be here today? Matthew Van. He turned up at the karaoke last night and sang a couple of songs. But he must have got in late last night. I think he had a good night in there. Paul and Lou, where you gone? Paul and Lou. There we are. Paul and Lou, 871. Paul and Lou, 871. Thank you, Paul and Lou. Are you on Rose? Yeah, that's a nan's name, innit? Rose. Yeah. Oh, that is a nan's name, Rose. Do you know what I mean? There are certain names that you can relate to a nan, and Rose is absolutely one of them. What a lovely name. What a lovely name your nan had there. Thank you. Carol and Dave, 872. May she rest in peace, my darling. Okay? I mean that. Carol and Dave, 872. Thank you, Yvonne. There we are. People sending. Michael's still waiting for the fridge magnet to arrive. Maybe next year. I don't know how long stuff takes to go to Australia. I would imagine 3 or 4 weeks. I just guess it's just in a normal first class thing. You know, it's not like signed for or anything like that. So there we are. Who's doing show and bingo raffle in your absence? Ronnie. No, it won't happen, I'm afraid. There's no one to take it over, Roy. No one to take it over. No shows. What are you going to do? More holidays than the Tories. Do we get a refund on our subscription for his... What subscription? There is no subscription. You could always watch. You'll probably get watch some of my back shows that Adam the Plumber is in charge of VT. He's in charge of VT. He puts up old shows if I'm not around on my Facebook wall. Facebook.com/ChrisWin UK. Going on holiday with the super chat cash. You're having a laugh, aren't you? What, 60 quid? That's not even a meal. It's expensive in Cyprus, you know. Very expensive. In fact, my niece... I'm taking over an old bread machine of mine because to buy a decent loaf of bread there costs you 5 or 6 quid. Seriously. It costs 5 or 6 quid to buy a loaf of bread in Cyprus. So my niece, she likes making her own things. So I'm taking a bread machine, an old bread machine, which I've tested out. Oh, the most delicious bread. Listen, if you ever want to lose weight, do not buy a bread machine. They are absolutely deadly. Deadly, dear. The weight piles on. All right, that's okay, Amelia. Very pleased. Amelia cycles for about an hour every morning between 9 and 10. You sound like someone who has a bit of a structured life. You know, you like things to happen at certain times. I'm the same as you, Amelia. Show between 9 and 10, 9 and 11. Swimming, 12 o'clock. Lunch, 2 o'clock. I'm like that. I'm the same as you, Amelia. I like a bit of structure to my life there. Hello to One Man Sprinter and his van. Ticket number 873 for you. One Man Sprinter. The next draw will be on Monday morning. Monday morning, okay? That'll be between 9 and 10 o'clock on Monday here on this channel. Mandy's got 2 tickets. How's that happened, Mandy? Have I? How did that happen? Oh, blimey. I can only see one. What's your 2 ticket numbers, Mandy? I can only see one for you here. Because I haven't torn them off yet. I can only see 870. Have I given you 2? How did that happen? Tony King got 2 tickets because he sent one in yesterday and it wasn't dealt with. How have I sent? What's your 2 ticket numbers? And I'll take one out. It's very nice of you to say that. Mikey Mike's name was Mabel again, and Nan's name Fran, Ethel, May, and Dorothy. Ethel, May, and Dorothy. They are Nan's names, aren't they? They absolutely are. 868 and 870. 868. Where's 868 then? Oh, there's 8. There's 86. Oh, there 868 and 870. I see what I've done there. How on earth did I manage that? Okay, I'll cross off 870. Right, we'll give that to someone else. No, in fact, I'll just take it out and be done with it. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mandy. How did that happen? Did you ask twice? That might be why. Probably I've just made a mistake. Sorry. Thank you for being honest. Mandy is in the house. You see? The pair of them. Very honest people. Oh, no, hang on a minute. That's the other bloke, isn't it? Roy Brownlow. He just pops on for a ticket. You won't see him now. He's gone now. Roy Brownlow. Just comes on for his ticket and then goes. Dear me. Ethel, May and Dorothy. Nan, they are certainly Nan's names. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yvonne, Eva. She was 92 when... Eva, again, and Nan's name. My Nan's name was Linda. That's not really a Nan's name, is it, Linda? My other Nan's name was Anne. Anne. That's a Nan's name, isn't it? Linda's not really a Nan's name, is it? Okay. Thank you very much. We've sorted that ticket there. Honesty is a great thing, Sharon, but we can't have people getting 2 tickets because everyone has a moan. We have moaners, don't we, Sharon? We do have moaners. We do have moaners. There we are. Right. Doreen and Winifred. Nan's names, Doreen and Winifred. I love it. I love it. All right. I beg your pardon. It wasn't Linda. It was Athelinda. Athelinda. Yeah, you're right, sis. One of our names was Athelinda. Sean, my mum's name is Lil. Ah, Nanny Lil. Nanny Lil, yeah. I love it. Amy and Joyce. Nan's names, Amy and Joyce. Hello to Adam West. Welcome to the show, Adam. You're a bit late here, dear. We've been here over an hour. Hour and 25 minutes so far. All right, okay. That's all the raffle tickets done today, gang. I'm interested to see how many raffle tickets I've just given out here. Hang on a minute. Let's put that there for tomorrow. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 20, 27 raffle. How many of you there this morning then? I don't even know. I could look on here, could I? Oh no. Oh no. Someone was at my door. Which means someone's tried to deliver the ticket, the pens probably. Oh God. Well, I'll be able to check to see if my neighbour's got them or something like that. Mandy. Edna, and the other man was called Nan from Knoll. The Nan, sorry. The other Nan was Edna. Nanny Edna, yeah. And Nanny was called Nan from Knoll. Nan from Knoll, I like it. My brother-in-law's, his mother, who would of course be great Jantra, Doreen. And again, that's a Nan's name, isn't it? Not Doreen. Sharon is my sister's name. Not really a Nan's name, Sharon. That's not quite a Nan's name. Other Nans that aren't names, I don't know. I know there's plenty of other names that they don't quite sound like a Nan's name, do they? Doreen, Winifred. Second name Winifred. I didn't know that. Mark, Jan, Vera, and Lynn. Yes. Yeah. Look at us all remembering our Nans. I love it. My sister is a modern Nan. You wouldn't think it though. She can't work a mobile phone. Seriously, she gets a phone call, right, and screams into this phone. That's right. Have you noticed when my brother-in-law's trying to do a show, and she gets a phone call, she goes in the other room to take the call, but it's like it's just sitting next to him, screaming into that phone. Oh, hello, how are you today? Yeah, I'm all right. Now the thing is, I can't hear her properly when I ring her. Because she's screaming so loudly into the phone, it distorts. Dear me. That's why she got sacked from Babe Station, I think. No, that's a lie, because as you know, she didn't get any calls. That's why she got sacked. Terry Hawks. Grandad's name's there as well. Grandad Frank. There we are. Oh, hello, darling. Look, it's LaBelle. Yeah, go on, LaBelle. Let's put a ticket in for you as well. We can do another ticket. 874, LaBelle. All right, darling. LaBelle. I know LaBelle's not too keen with us just playing on Facebook. On YouTube, are you, my darling? But we'll see what happens. There we are. Good. Righty-ho. Batman Adam West is there. Elsie. Terry Hawks, Elsie. There's another one. Right. Okay, gang. Let's do today's birthdays. It's birthday time here on the Chris Reardon Show. Happy birthday on this fireworks night. Yes, indeed. It's Tuesday the 5th of November 2011. Happy birthday to Reece Blackstock Davis Smythe. Happy birthday to you, sir. Samuel Walker today is 23 years old. Happy birthday, Sam. Kristal Victoria. Good morning, Kristal. What a lovely photograph. Happy birthday to you. Guy Phillips today is 57. Let's have a look there. David Sullivan. Happy birthday to David. Trevor Durry, happy birthday to you. Stephen Fairman, good morning. 35 years old, Stephen. John Rawcliffe today is 49 years old. And Sam London is 35 years old today. Happy birthday, gang. Bit of a delayed reaction there. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Alright, Adam's going to a firework display tonight, letting off the fireworks. Having a fire should be a good night with a few beers. Yeah, I'm going to a display at Lincoln Football Centre. My nephew's taken me there in the fun bus. We're looking forward to the fun bus. Have I missed something out there? Have I missed something there? My other nan is testicle. 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 I don't know what that means. Does that mean something? Testicle. I'm trying to work that out in my head. No, I'm not quite sure what that means. Testicle. LaBelle, I just think you're fantastic. I think you're a lady with a huge amount of talent and your own mind. I like people with their own minds. Alrighty, that's it today for the show. Thanks ever so much for joining us, boys and girls. Hopefully be with you tomorrow morning, usually a bit earlier tomorrow, around about 9:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, something like that. Okay, on Wednesday morning, and hopefully fireworks are often quite difficult to video. But I'll have a go, and if I get anything decent, I'll show it to you tomorrow morning. Okay? Have a nice day. Thanks very much for watching and listening, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye now.